Hello everyone, it's time to moving on chapter number 2 of our course book New Broadway. So here we go. So the chapter name is The Pickwick Club. One of the most lovable and enduring characters in English literature is Mr. Pickwick. When you have read this, you will most certainly want to read the rest of the Pickwick papers. Now, after knowing the introduction, you must have known that Pickwick is the name of a person, and there are so many other stories related to Mr. Pickwick in English literature, and all stories are very interesting, including this one. So, we start. Mr. Samuel Pickwick was a fine old gentleman. Now, Mr. Pickwick was a gentleman and he was old. He had bright eyes, large round face, a full figure, and a generous heart. He is having bright and charming eyes, large face, and he was having a stouty body, and he is having a kind heart. He dressed in an old fashioned way and always wore glasses. Now, Mr. Pickwick liked to wear all the dresses related to old fashion. Okay, he is not believing in the going on trends. He wore the old fashioned trends and he wore the glasses on his eyes. He was interested in everyone he met and everything he saw. To whomever he met means whatever he will a person, but whatever it's a place, okay, or it's a new thing, he is going to be very interesting, show his interest in everything. He lived in England in the days when people were becoming very interested in science. Now, in his era, means the era in which he was living, there is the people is very scientific minded and they all loves to get new discoveries to know and all the new inventions related to the science. Mr. Pickwick himself liked science and natural history. Now, Mr. Pickwick was also a scientific person. Okay, and he's also having a kind of mindset related to scientific and natural history. Natural history is related to natural things in which atmosphere, birds, environment, means whatever in the nature is present, and knowing about any type of thing which is present in the nature, that is called natural history. He was famous for discovering where the water in the Hampstead ponds came from. Now, he was very much interesting how the water in Hampstead pond came from. Hampstead pond is a name of a water body. If you know nothing about Hampstead pond, never mind. Means it has been made clear. It has been made clear here. Means Hampstead pond is not necessary to be known by you. If you know, then it's okay. If you don't know, then it's okay. Because here we are talking about Mr. Pickwick. He was very much interested to know how the things come in nature. All you need to know is that Mr. Pickwick's friend thought he was very clever because he was carrying a scientific mind, and the person, whoever is having the scientific mind, everybody is thinking, yes, he is a very clever person. Okay, so same thing, Mr. Pickwick's friends was also considered him a clever man. Mr. Pickwick and his friend made up a club. Now, Mr. Pickwick and his some friends, they made a club. Club is a type of you can say a small organization in which that is organized by some of the people, okay, in which there are so many things, means official things also are there, some sporty things are there, all the festival things they can just celebrate it together. Means you can say the club is a type of entertainment plus educational type of place. It was called Pickwick Club. The name of the club was Pickwick Club, the same name of a chapter. Mr. Pickwick was, of course, the most important person in the club. Now, you can see the name of the club and the name of Mr. Pickwick is very resemble. So, he was indeed very important person for club. One day, Mr. Pickwick gave a talk to the club. Now, one day they were talking, means the friends were there, Mr. Pickwick was there, and they all were talking. The club then made an important decision. Now, one important decision after the conversation of these friends has been taken. The club asked him to go on some special journey. Now, him has come for Mr. Pickwick. Means all the club's member decided that Mr. Pickwick is going to have a journey. Now, which kind of a journey is? He should write notes about everyone he met, everything he saw, everything that happened, and everything he thought. Now everything should be there, means in journey what will be included, the place will be included, the person will be included, things will be included, and his ideas will be included, to whom he is going to meet, and wherever he is go, the place, okay, the things he is going to take care, and whatever type of thoughts he is carrying in his mind, everything he has to write down. From time to time, he should post his note to the club where the members would read them. So means it's going to be very long journey. Okay, Mr. Pickwick is going for so much days on this journey, and in between, time to time, means after some days, whenever he has completed his a little bit of writing, like about the places, about the person, about the thing, about his ideas, whatever he met in these days, he has to write a letter, and he has to post it to the club that, so that the club members can read those letters. Everyone believed that the notes and thoughts of Mr. Pickwick would be a great scientific interest. Why Mr. Pickwick is to be decided to send on this journey and not any other member? Because Mr. Pickwick is a scientific minded person, and everybody knows if he is going to know about any person, about any place, about anything, he is going to write it in a scientific way, in a logical way, in a practical way. That's why they all are sending Mr. Pickwick. The club asked Mr. Pickwick to take three other people in on his journey. Means the club said that Mr. Pickwick has to take three other person from the club on his journey. These were his special friends, Mr. Tracy Tupman, Mr. Nathaniel Winkle, and Mr. Augustus Snodgrass. So these were the name of another three persons who were going on the journey with Mr. Pickwick. All expenses for travel, food, and rooms would be paid for by Mr. Pickwick. All the rent related to travel, food, and other things regarding rooms of these three peoples are going to be paid by Mr. Pickwick. The club said they could go anywhere they wished and take as much time as they liked. Means there was no rules and no restriction of time and place. Means at any place they can go and they can stay as much time as they like. They would start on their journey the following day. The following day is called tomorrow. Means today they were talking about this, and tomorrow they have to be go on this journey. The Pickwickians, the three peoples who would go with Mr. Pickwick, were men of quite different interest and character. Now Pickwickians means the member of the Pickwick Club. They are called Pickwickians. So all the three peoples, we have taken the name, all the three peoples are having different interest and different character. Now which type of characters are there, we are going to see. Mr. Tracy Tupman was a middle-aged man. He greatly admired beautiful women. Now, Mr. Tracy Tupman was a middle-aged, means near about under 40 he was aged, and he admired. Admired is called praised, means he liked to praise beautiful women. Women had often fallen in love with him and he with them. Means whatever the women come in the contact of Tracy Tupman, he is going to fall in love with that woman, and woman too fallen in love with that man. Sadly, he was no longer as handsome as he had been. Now, as he was in his middle age, so he is not so much handsome as previously he was looking. Time and food has expanded Tracy Tupman's romantic figure. Time means the time has passed, and obviously the food, the type of food Tracy Tupman is going to take. So because of this, he is going to be a little flashy, a little fatty. Okay, romantic figure is something when you are having a very thin body. Okay, very fit body. So he is not having a fit body. When he looked down, he could no longer see the watch chain he wore across the bottom of his waistcoat. Now, he used to just wear a watch chain. Okay, there is a chain, and under the watch we just put inside a waistcoat. Okay, and that comes down, means and you can see the watch chain, the chain watch coming out of the pocket of the waistcoat, but right now he cannot see. And what is the meaning of this line? Means he is not able to put on the waistcoat because he is having a fatty figure now. That's why he is not wearing that watch chain in his waistcoat. His chin had become many chins. Now one chin is there, means the round and very fit face was there, very beautiful face was there, but now Tracy Tupman has become a double chinned man. Double chinned man, again the fat has come on his face. But the soul of Tracy Tupman had not changed. He still admired the ladies as much as ever. But from inside, from his heart, Tracy Tupman was just same like as he had been previous year, many years ago. Means still he is going to praise all the ladies, all the beautiful women. Mr. Nathaniel Winkle was a young man. Now this is the second character, Mr. Nathaniel, and he was a young man. His father had asked Mr. Pickwick to take him on his scientific journey. Now Nathaniel's father wants to take him on his journey, and he requested to Mr. Pickwick about this. He wanted his son to see something of the world. Nathaniel's father wants that Nathaniel go out in the world and see something and just take a scientific mind like Mr. Pickwick in his mind also. Mr. Pickwick was a sporting young man, means Mr. Nathaniel Winkle, Mr. Winkle was a sporting person, means he is going to play many type of sports. He told everyone how good he was at hunting. So one of the sports he like is hunting. Hunting is called when you go in jungle and shoot different wild animals. That is called hunting. Shooting, fishing and other physical activities. And what are the other sports? Shooting with the gun. Okay, fishing means just try to catch the fish from the pond, and other physical activity he was very much interested. Who was interested? Nathaniel Winkle. His friends were often astonished at the things he said he could do. Means astonished is called wondered. Means Nathaniel Winkle want to do some type of thing, some type of very adventurous thing, on that his friend is going to be wondered a lot. They admired him greatly. Means all the friends of Nathaniel Winkle praised him greatly because he is going to play so many sports and he was very good in each and every sports. Oddly, however, no one had ever seen him do any type of thing he talked about. Now this is the truth, means Nathaniel Winkle is very much good in boasting so many type of just talking about the so many things he is not done before. Means we say na, you are not doing something, you can just make the talks like that. Means Nathaniel Winkle is going to share so many big deeds that I have done this, I haven't done this, I can do this. But no, none of his friends had seen him doing any of the things for which he talks about. Now the third character, Mr. Augustus Snodgrass, was also a young man. His parents had died when he was a small child, and Mr. Pickwick had taken care of him. So Mr. Augustus Snodgrass was living with Mr. Pickwick because his parents died when he was very early, very young at his age, and he was also a young man. Everyone said Augustus Snodgrass was a poet, but no one had ever seen him write any poetry. So it is said that Augustus Snodgrass writes poem, but nobody had seen any poem written by him. So these were the three characters who were going on a journey with Mr. Pickwick. So now the small parts is started from this chapter. Means this chapter is divided the journey in small parts. So the first part is a horse with a weakness. The sun had just risen or begun to light up in the morning of 13th May 1827. Now this is the date and this is the part. The name of the part is a horse with a weakness. Means in this part there is a horse who is very weak. So this is the day that was 13th May 1827, and it was a morning, okay, means the morning light has just come. Mr. Samuel Pickwick rose like another son from his bed, opened wide his bedroom window and looked out upon the world below. Mr. Samuel Pickwick has just woke up, okay, and he just opened the window curtain off from his bedroom and just looked out. Means what kind of word is there, what is going in outside there. So he was looking out from the window. He lived in Goswell Street in the old city of London. Now this is the address of the home of Mr. Samuel Pickwick, Goswell Street, and city was London. Everywhere he looked, he could see nothing but the buildings of Goswell Street. So what he was seeing out of the window, all the buildings and apartments, means all everywhere we can see. He can as far as he can see, he just can see so many buildings on the Goswell Street. Now see, the picture has been given. Mr. Samuel Pickwick is looking out of his bedroom window and he can see so many things out of the window including buildings. Scientists, though Mr. Pickwick should not just look at things closer to them, they should look deeper and discover the truth hidden beyond. Now he was a scientific minded person, so if he is going to see a normal thing, a simple thing, but he is going to look in a scientific manner, means if there will be a normal person, he will see the normal thing in a normal way, okay, but a scientific minded person, an artist minded person, they all see the simple thing even from a very scientific and in a very different manner. So same things what Mr. Pickwick. Mr. Pickwick had thought his first scientific thought of the day. Now that was the beginning of the day and he was thinking something scientific in his mind. He then got dressed and put some clothes into his traveling bag. Now his traveling bag was ready because he has to just move for the journey today. So he dressed up, he became ready. 10 minutes later, he caught a cab of the coach yard at Golden Cross. Now he has to go to a place, Golden Cross. So for that, he caught a cab to the coach. Now cab is something in which you are going to take your journey, a ride, okay. And coach is a type of thing in which that is taken that is driven with the help of the horse. So there was a horse coach in which he is going to a place, Golden Cross. That was where he had arranged to meet the other three. Now all the other three person who were ready to go with Mr. Pickwick on his journey, they are going to wait for him on Golden Cross. On the way there, he talked to the cab driver. Now he came down and he has to take a cab. So Mr. Pickwick had a talk with the cab driver. How old is that horse, my friend? Mr. Pickwick asked. Now Mr. Pickwick was asking about the horses attached with the coach, okay, means he was asking how old these horses are because the horses seems very weak. 42, the man replied. The age of the horse, 42. What, said Mr. Pickwick in surprise. Mr. Pickwick became very wondered after hearing in this and he said, what? Some horses live to be 20, a few reach 30, but Mr. Pickwick had never heard of a horse that was over 40 years old before. Now the average age of the horses are 20 or more than 30, means after 30 they are not as fit as they can be used to take the ride. But here Mr. Pickwick is just meeting a cab driver who is driving the coach with the help of a above 40 years horse. But so this type of thing Mr. Pickwick had not heard earlier. He quickly pulled his notebook from his pocket. Now he just carry a notebook to write everything he is going to come in the contact in daily life. So he just taken out a little notebook from his pocket and started writing on that. How long do you keep him working each trip? Now again Mr. Pickwick is started asking question to cab driver and he was asking, how long do you keep him? Means for how much time the horse work in a day? 2 or 3 weeks, said the cab driver. Means for 2 or 3 weeks he's going to work Weeks, repeated an astonished Mr. Pickwick. Again, Pickwick again got very wondered, and he said, "Weeks means till weeks he is going to work." "Yes," said the cab driver. "We hardly ever take him home because of his weakness." Cab driver is saying we cannot take him home because he is very weak, so we just take him and indulge him to do the work. "His weakness?" again Mr. Pickwick asks. "Is he weak?" "He always falls down when we take him out of the cab." Now the cab driver was saying, whenever I just lose him out of the coach, out of the cab, he fell down because he is so weak, he fell down, he cannot stand. But when he is in the coach, we tie him in a very tight so he cannot fall down. But whenever he is tied with the coach, he tied so tightly, we tied him so tightly that he cannot fall down. Means if anything is forcive, with the force is just holding you, you cannot fall down. So same thing, he tie the horse with the coach very strongly, so he is not able to fall down. And as we have two nice big wheels on the cab, when he does not move, the wheels run after him and push him forward. He must go on, he can't help it. And if he is not, even he is not feeling well, the horse is not feeling well, he cannot move, but there are two big wheels at the back of the cab, at the back of the coach. So when they move, when the wheels move, the horse has to be moved, because the wheels is coming and wheels are pushing the horse. So that's why horse cannot avoid it, horse cannot help it, and he has to be moved ahead. Mr. Pickwick was astonished, but he thought it was very interesting too. He carefully wrote down every word in his notebook. So whatever is going on, that was very wondered for Mr. Pickwick, and Mr. Pickwick wrote each and every line, each and everything told by the cab driver in his notebook. So this is the second part of the story, and the name of this part is The Tall Thin Young Man. So in this part there is another character. Just as Mr. Pickwick finished writing his notes, the cab arrived at the Golden Cross coach yard. So Mr. Pickwick had this much of talk with the cab driver, and now his destination came, means the Golden Cross has come, and the cab driver stopped. The cabman jumped down, and after that, after stopping the coach, the cabman come outside and jumped. Mr. Pickwick got out. Mr. Pickwick also came out. Mr. Pickwick's three friends who were waiting for him there came to greet him. Now when Mr. Pickwick just get down from the cab, all the three other friends of Mr. Pickwick, they came there to greet him. Greet is called to welcome him. Mr. Pickwick paid the cabman. The cabman threw the money down onto the ground. Now Mr. Pickwick has taken out the rupees to give to the cabman, but cabman has taken the rupees and again threw on the ground. Mr. Pickwick was surprised. The cabman said he wanted to fight him. So when he threw the money, then Mr. Pickwick was very surprised. Why is throwing the money? Then cabman said, "No, I just want to had a fight with you." "You are mad," Mr. Snodgrass said to the cabman. Now Mr. Snodgrass said, "Are you mad?" With the cabman means you want to fight with Mr. Pickwick. Why? "Or drunk," said Mr. Winkle. Now Mr. Winkle asked cabman, "You are drunk?" "Or both," said Mr. Tracy Tupman. And Mr. Tracy Tupman said, "Or both," means are you mad or drunk? "Come on then," said the cabman, waving his fist about and beginning to dance around them. Now again cabman was very much ready to have a fight, and he has just made a fist is called, he has made a punch from both of his hand, and he just starting jumping and just moving around them. "Come on then, I'll fight all four of you at once." Now the cabman was saying, "Okay, come on, I just want to have a fight with all four of you." 6 or 7 other cabmen crowded around to see that what was happening. Now so many people have gathered at place, so the other cabmen had seen this gathering, and they must have thinking something wrong is going on there. So they also thinking, and they also crowded, means other cabmen also come to that place. They had smiles on their faces. They thought they were going to see some fun. Now the all other cab drivers, they are going to have some fun. They were thinking like this thing, and they all were smiling that yes, now we are going to see a type of fighting here. What's the trouble? One of them asked. Now one of the other cab driver asked, what happened? Species, said the cabman. The old one asked me a lot of questions. Species, said the cabman. Now species is called the same person, okay? Means he was also a cab driver, and the person who is asking the question, he was also a cab driver. So they don't know the name of each other, but they were from the same profession, okay? That's why the cabman was addressing him as species. Species means same profession person. So the cabman said, this old man has asked me a lot of questions from the journey. He wrote down everything I said. Then he tried to get these others to start a fight with me. Then again the cab driver saying, whatever I was giving the answers and he was asking me the question, he just writing down, he was just writing down each and every answer told by me. And when I came here, then this man told to other person to had a fight with me, but I will teach them all a lesson, I will. So but I want that I'm going to give them a good lesson, whatever I know with the fighting. Means here it is very important to note down that the cab driver was lying. Means cab driver said that I want to had a fight with you, but the cab driver was lying. Here he was saying that Mr. Pickwick said that he wanted to had a fight with the cab driver. So here the cab driver was lying. The angry cabman attacked. Now the cabman was very angry, and he attacked first. First he knocked Mr. Pickwick's glasses off, and first he gave a punch on the Mr. Pickwick face, and Mr. Pickwick glasses fell down. Then he hit Mr. Pickwick on his nose and again on the chest. Then he gave a punch on Mr. Pickwick's nose and another punch on his chest. Then he hit Mr. Snodgrass in the eye and Mr. Tupman on a waistcoat. Then again the cab driver gave a punch on his Snodgrass' eyes and Mr. Tupman's waistcoat. After that he danced out onto the road, and after giving so many punches to three people, he started dancing on the road. Then he danced back onto the path and threw himself at Mr. Winkle, knocking all the breath out of his body. Now one man was left, that was Mr. Winkle. He came back to Mr. Winkle and just threw himself over Mr. Winkle, and Mr. Winkle fell down on the road, and over Mr. Winkle there was cab driver, and he was just feeling, Mr. Winkle was just feeling that he cannot breathe out because there was a man over him. You will be sorry you did this, said Mr. Pickwick, lying on the ground, his face red with the anger. Now Mr. Pickwick was very angry, and with this anger his face just became red, and he was saying, you are going to be just pay for this. Means you are not doing very good, you have to pay for this. Just then a tall, thin young man arrived. Now another character, a tall, thin young man arrived there at the place. What's all fun then? Asked the young man. Now the young man asked, what is going on? What is this a type of fun? Is this a type of fun? Police species, shouted the crowd. Now whoever the crowd, obviously the fighting is going on in between of the road, so some of the crowd, too much crowd gathered there, so crowd started shouting, police species. We are not, shouted Mr. Pickwick just as loudly. Means the crowded was saying these all are police species, means they are related with the police. Again I told you species are related with the same profession, okay? So crowded were regarding, who was the crowd? The cab driver, all the cab drivers. So they were thinking that these four peoples, Mr. Pickwick and other three person, they all are the policeman, related with the policeman. So they were saying them the police species, but Mr. Pickwick said, no, we are not related to the policeman, and he said it loudly. Well, I believe you, the young man called out to Mr. Pickwick. Now, Mr. Pickwick was saying, no, we are not related to policeman. So the new character, the new young man who came there, he said, okay, I believe you, you are not related with the police. He pushed his way through the crowd. Now, cabman, he said, stop all this nonsense. Now, that man interfered in this fighting and he pushed the cabman and said him, stop this fighting, stop this type of nonsense. Nonsense is called very bad thing. Okay, take your money, I know this gentleman well. Now take your money, whatever you threw on the road, just take your money and go away from here. I know this is a very gentleman. He was talking about Mr. Pickwick. Mr. Pickwick was surprised yet again. Again, this was a very surprising thing for Mr. Pickwick, means an unknown person came to save him. He had never seen the tall, thin young man before, because he was not knowing that man who had come in between of the fighting. The younger stranger then took Mr. Pickwick by the arm and helped him to his feet. Now, Mr. Pickwick was helped by that young man, and that young man just take him up with the help of his arm and make him stand. He led Mr. Pickwick and the others to the waiting room. Now there is a waiting room nearby, okay? So he took all the three persons other in the waiting room. He ordered some brandy and hot water for them all to drink. Now that man ordered in that waiting room to bring some brandy and hot water so that they can drink. He then asked the waiter to bring something to put on Mr. Snodgrass' red and swollen eye. So the cab driver punched on Snodgrass' eye. So eyes became a little red and there was a little swelling. So that man said to the waiter, bring something to put on, some type of ointment or any type of antiseptic cream like that. The drinks came. The stranger drank his very quickly. Now all the drinks, whatever the hot water and brandy came, and the young man just drank that drink very quickly. Mr. Pickwick was very thankful. He began to talk to the stranger and ask him some questions. Now, Mr. Pickwick was very happy, feeling very helpful with the help of that person, and he wanted to ask some question to that person. Before the stranger could answer, someone shouted out that the coach of Rochester was about to leave. Now, before he is going to give some answer of the question of Mr. Pickwick, that was a stranger person. Stranger means the person nobody knows about him. Okay, so before he give any answer, somebody called from outside that there is a coach ready to go to the Rochester, and who is going to come to that ride. Rochester, said the stranger. So that is stranger, that young man said, Rochester. Oh, Rochester, my coach, I must go. Sorry, have to ask you to pay for the drinks. And he ran out of the room. Now he said, yes, I need to go to Rochester and this is my ride and I have to go now. So he just ran out and he just say, whatever the drinks and hot water has come, just give the payment to the waiter and I'm going, bye bye. And he ran out of the room and he just rush out from the room. So this was again the conclusion in a very funny manner, means with the cab driver Mr. Pickwick has a fight, and with this new stranger Mr. Pickwick again got a lesson, means that man exactly want to drink some brandy, and how he's going to drink, he just as the brandy came, the man quickly drank his brandy and then went out from the waiting room. And who has to give all the payment for these all drinks? Mr. Pickwick has to give that. So here we have completed a story. This was a very simple and very interesting story. Really hardly there is any new word and hard word has came about. So I'm sure you got to know and understood very well about this story. How long do you keep him working each trip? Now again Mr. Pickwick is started asking question to cab driver, and he was asking, how long do you keep him? Means for how much time the horse work in a day? 2 or 3 weeks, said the cab driver. Means for 2 or 3 weeks he's going to work. Weeks, repeated and astonished Mr. Pickwick. Again Mr. Pickwick again got very wondered, and he said, weeks means till weeks he is going to work? Yes, said the cab driver. We hardly ever take him home because of his weakness. Cab driver is saying we cannot take him home because he is very weak, so we just take him and indulge him to do the work. His weakness, again Mr. Pickwick asks, is he weak? He always falls down when we take him out of the cab. Now the cab driver was saying, whenever I just lose him out of the coach, out of the cab, he fell down because he is so weak, he fell down, he cannot stand. But when he is in the coach, we tie him in a very tight so he cannot fall down. But whenever he is tied with the coach, he tied so tightly, we tied him so tightly that he cannot fall down. Means if anything is forcive, with the force is just holding you, you cannot fall down. So same thing, he tie the horse with the coach very strongly, so he is not able to fall down. And as we have two nice big wheels on the cab, when he does not move, the wheels run after him and push him forward. He must go on, he can't help it. And if he is not, even he is not feeling well, the horse is not feeling well, he cannot move, but there are two big wheels at the back of the cab. So this was a very simple story with the simple language. I hope you all must have understood the explanation very clearly. Even then, some of the new words are included from the text. I read out these new words. Natural history, that means the study of plants and animals. Cab means a coach. Coach means a large carriage with wheels drawn by horse. Greet is meaning welcome, astonished is called wondered, and generous is called liberal. Okay, so these are the few word meanings from the text. So here we have completed the chapter with the word meanings with the story. So that's it for now. We'll meet again.